Hi, everyone, and thank you for joining us on Ask Me Anything. It's my opportunity to connect in with you and share any wisdom or support or whatever it is that you are deciding that you need right now. You will see I just got off the court from a tennis match and didn't have a moment to change. So welcome to my world. So if somebody has a question that they want to ask me, please post it in the chat. And I'm excited to say hello and answer your questions. I want to start out with one interesting thing right now. I have 3 kids that are graduating or have graduated from college. So I spent a lot of time at graduation ceremonies. And one of the things that I started to notice with my kids was a lot of anxiety that came up around change and the endings of one experience to the beginning of a new experience. And so one of the challenges that we all have in life is around change. Like if we are changing things up in our lives, how do we relate to change? I was talking to one daughter and she goes, yep, I get it, Mom, but I hate change. And I said, well, one of your core muscles that you have to build is to figure out how you can best manage change, because life is all about transitions and change. And rather than mourning a way of life or what has been, it's a great opportunity to welcome in what can be and begin to see the power of that. So for all of you that might be going through transition and change, and not only are my children going through transition and change, but so are my husband and I, because they're all coming back. And so how are we going to operate? Every time you go through transition and change, it gives you the total opportunity to start connecting and working in a way with whatever the change is where you feel comfortable and powerful and in control. Because that's what we want to do. We want to believe that we're in control and that we can do as much as we want to do. So one thing is around this idea of change and transitions, and that we all experience them in our lives. We all have challenges a lot of times. And the most important thing or powerful thing is to understand what your relationship is. And once you understand what your relationship is, it helps you to move forward and to grow and to change and to embrace. When we struggle or push against change, it's when we are out of flow, when we're out of alignment with energy. So one of the things to know with energy is that the universe is always feeding us energy that helps support us in what we want and what we desire. Based on what we want and what we desire, we create flow in our lives. Now, if something is not showing up exactly how you pictured it, it doesn't necessarily mean it's not good for you. It means that it's time for you to look at this, and maybe the universe is sending you something a little bit different, but in the long run will be better for you. So when you find that you're in struggle, what I want you to do is begin to ask yourself, what can I do? What am I pushing against? What am I resisting? And then after you get the what, you want to understand the why. Because the why is what is going to give you the capability to understand and to move forward. If you understand that your why is around fear, your why is maybe I don't feel ready enough. Your why is uncertainty. Your why is doubt. Maybe your why is not deserving or you don't feel worthy for what is coming to you. Then you get to go and do something about that why. But what I see is a lot of people will say what they want, and then they will look for proof that either they're getting it or they're not getting it. And here's the crazy thing. Most of us look for proof of not getting it. And what I want you to do is start to shift to proof that you've gotten it. Does that make sense to you? That you've gotten it. Because if you get it, it's going to be amazing. If you get it, you'll start to feel that you can indeed create whatever it is that you are choosing in life. And the more and more that we manifest, the more and more we create. So one of the things is that if you can acknowledge like, oh, here's something that looks like my new job. Oh, here's something that looks like the relationship that I want. So I'm going to engage in it. And maybe it's not 100% yet, but it's close to what you are desiring. Jump in, because the more you jump in, the more you connect with what is possible for you, the more things can change. Does that make sense to you? I hope so. All right, I have to run. We will be back again next week, and I look forward to connecting with you. Have a fantastic day, everyone. Bye-bye now.